A top 5 matchup tonight in college football.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a big one. The Oregon Ducks and the Stanford Cardinals.
And Brian McCann's contract is up in Atlanta. So where will he end up next? Bill and Tucker talk it out in tonight's Rant and Rave.
Rant and Rave Issue 1, a big game tonight in college football. Oregon and Stanford. Those folks out west, I guess, play football too. Tell you what, this could be a really good game, of course, Tucker, and I'm rooting for Stanford, but I think Oregon's going to win. Until someone stops them, can we even believe that they can be stopped?
Yeah, remember last year, Stanford stopped them, held them to 14 points, and beat them. Can they beat them twice in a row? No, I don't think so.
I don't either. All right, there's a big game in the SEC, of course, this weekend. LSU playing your favorite team, the Crimson Tide from Alabama. I tell you what now, same thing. I mean, until somebody beats Alabama, who can really predict that they'll not be the favorite here? They're going to beat LSU. LSU's got a good team, but that secondary for Alabama could have trouble against Zach Mettenberger and those receivers for the Tigers. If that happens, maybe LSU gives them a run for their money, but no, you got to take Alabama.
You got to take Alabama. LSU will give them a run for their money with Mettenberger back there, but you know, I was telling one of my buddies, Alabama's defense is 7th in both the rush and the pass, so they're better than people give them credit for. And they're at home, but the road team usually comes away with a win in this one. So, yeah, it'll be interesting, but I'm going with the Tide.
Let's hope it's a good game. Alabama at least gets challenged a little bit. All right,
Hopefully.
Sunday, NFL football. The Falcons, they're still playing, unfortunately. They got 8 games left. They got the Seahawks. Remember last year now, Seahawks should have beat Atlanta in the playoffs, but the Falcons somehow pulled it out at the end. And the Seahawks were running all down the field. Russell Wilson, or Russell Wilson as I like to call him, was just having a field day. What will they do this weekend? Probably the same thing, but I don't think the Falcons can pull it out this time. Take Seattle in this game.
The good thing for Atlanta is it's not at Seattle. You know how awful they do on the road, but it's getting worse and worse for the Falcons. Another good team this week. How in the world are they going to beat the Seahawks when they can't beat any of those other teams they play?
Yeah, they can't beat the Buccaneers and the Panthers and the Cardinals. Forget about this. All right, finally, how about a baseball question for you? The Hot Stove League is underway. Where will Brian McCann wind up? It will not be Atlanta. They're not going to pay him 5 years and $100 million, and he might get that contract from someone. I think it's going to be the Boston Red Sox, maybe Texas, maybe the Yankees, but the Red Sox are going to let Jared Santalamacchia, who was his understudy in Atlanta back in 2005, go, and Brian McCann will be the new catcher of the Boston Red Sox and take over for Big Papi in a few years as the DH.
I think, yeah, he's probably going to end up at Boston or Texas. No way he goes to the Yankees. Can you imagine Brian McCann as a Yankee? But I don't know. He could go there, but the Yankees have the most money out of all those teams. But I don't think it's really about money for him. I think he's a quiet guy. He kind of wants to stay off the radar a little bit. So I think Boston or Texas.
All right, we'll see what happens with the Braves and with Brian McCann. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 11:15 for the End Zone. High school highlights last week of the regular season. We'll have that for you starting at 11:15.